Last week a woman wrote to me and said, "Simone, I bought the pants everyone's talking about. Wide leg, beautiful fabric, my whole closet is jealous of them." Then she said, "I wore them once. Then I put them back and went back to my straight leg jeans." I asked her why. She said, "I felt like I was wearing a tent that used to be a person." That sentence has been sitting in my head for a week, because she wasn't wrong that something was off. She was just wrong about what it was. So today, I'm handing you exactly how to style wide leg pants after 60, so they stop looking like a tent and start looking like money. Same pants, same woman, a completely different result standing in that mirror. And somewhere in the middle of this list, I'm giving you the one adjustment almost every woman skips entirely, the one that does more work than the shoe, the blazer, and the necklace put together. You will not guess what it is. Stay with me for that one. Number 1. Fabric weight decides everything before the outfit even starts. Here's what nobody sits you down and tells you plainly. 2 pairs of wide leg pants can be the exact same cut, the exact same color, even the exact same price tag. And one of them will look like it walked straight out of a designer showroom, while the other looks like a costume from a school play. The difference is not the money you spent. The difference lives entirely in how the fabric behaves once it's actually moving on your body. A pant in crepe, a lightweight wool blend, or a good pant knit falls in soft, narrow folds that swing gently with every step you take. It moves like it belongs to you. A stiff, papery fabric does the opposite. It holds itself away from your legs in one big triangle shape, and that triangle is exactly what reads as cheap, because visually it looks like there's nothing underneath giving the fabric any direction or purpose. So before you even think about which top to grab, do this one simple test. Pick the pant leg up in your hand and let it drop on its own. If it falls straight down like water pouring off a table, you are in business, that pant is going to work for you. If it pokes out sideways like a little pitch tent, that's your answer right there. And honestly, no clever top or expensive shoe is going to rescue it from that. Number 2. The French tuck, not the full tuck. Tucking your top in is step 1, and most women already know that much instinctively. But a full, all the way around tuck can look stiff and formal, like you got dressed for an interview nobody invited you to. The French tuck is different, and it's simpler than it sounds. You only tuck the front of your top, and you leave the sides and the back loose and untouched. This is what women who dress expensively do almost without thinking about it, because it shows off your waistline without making the whole outfit feel tight, buttoned down, and overly controlled. Think of it like the difference between a comma and a period in a sentence. It says, "I put thought into this," without shouting it at everybody in the room. And here's a funny little piece of history for you. The French tuck was basically invented by someone who forgot to tuck their entire shirt in, and simply had the confidence to call the mistake a style choice instead of an accident. That, honestly, is the real secret behind most expensive-looking outfits you'll ever see. Half of it was never actually about spending more money at all. It was about a handful of small, deliberate decisions that most people are moving through their day too quickly to ever notice or bother trying. Number 3. The fitted or crop knit sweater. If you want an easy, reliable win today, reach for a fine gauge sweater, something in merino, cashmere, or a thin ribbed knit, cut in a fitted or slightly cropped length. This kind of sweater tucks in cleanly without adding any bulk around your waistline, and it gives your eye a clear, defined line exactly where the top ends and the pants begin. This detail matters more than most women realize, because wide leg pants are already carrying a significant amount of visual weight down in the lower half of your silhouette. Now throw a big, slouchy, oversized sweater on top of all that fabric, and suddenly you have volume competing against volume. 2 loud voices arguing in the same room, and that particular fight never has a winner. A trim, fitted knit does the complete opposite of that. It brings clean structure to your upper body, so the beautiful movement happening down in the leg reads as an intentional choice you made, not an accident you're wearing. Number 4. Loafers or a pointed flat. Never anything delicate with a thin strap. Let's talk about shoes now, because this is exactly where so many women quietly sabotage an otherwise great outfit without ever realizing what happened. A dainty, delicate little strappy sandal gets visually swallowed whole by a wide pant leg. It simply disappears from view entirely, and once that shoe disappears, the whole look starts to feel unfinished, almost like you forgot the last step getting dressed this morning. A sleek loafer or a sharp-pointed flat carries enough visual weight on its own to hold up against all that fabric moving above it, and it grounds your entire silhouette from the floor up. You genuinely do not need height to look elevated in this outfit. What you need is a shoe with real presence. One that quietly says I am still here underneath all that beautiful volume happening above it. Number 5. Get them hemmed to the actual shoes you wear, not to someday. I really need you to hear this one clearly, because it changes more outfits than almost anything else on this entire list. Wide leg pants that puddle on the floor, or that bunch up awkwardly around your ankle, will never look polished, no matter how gorgeous the fabric is or how perfectly chosen the top happens to be. A tailor charges next to nothing to fix this specific problem, and it remains the single most underrated investment, sitting completely untouched in most women's closets today. In 2026, the silhouette everyone is wearing sits about half an inch off the floor, just barely skimming the top of the shoe underneath it. That half an inch, that tiny sliver of carefully measured fabric, is the entire difference between she got dressed this morning and she got dressed by someone who genuinely knows exactly what she is doing. Quick one for you, and I actually want your honest answer down in the comments. Right now, today, what are you currently pairing with your own wide leg pants? Don't dress up the answer for me. Just tell me exactly what's hanging in your closet right next to them. I read every single comment, and I promise you, you will not be the only woman recognizing herself down there. Let me pause right here for a second because I know you're out there watching this. The woman who bought the wide leg pants, loved them completely in the store, brought them home excited, and then let them sit untouched in the closet because some small quiet voice told her they'd overwhelm her frame, that they simply weren't meant for a woman her age. I need you to really hear me on this one. That voice was wrong. It was never actually about the pants being too much fabric or too much anything. It was that nobody had ever handed you the 4 or 5 small adjustments that make them work beautifully on a real body. You already own the right piece sitting in that closet. You just needed the instructions to go with it. And here comes the biggest one of them all. Number 6. Check where your waistband actually sits. This is the one I promised you. This is the adjustment almost nobody ever talks about, and it quietly changes the entire outfit before you've even picked out a single top to wear with it. Most women assume high-waisted simply means anything that sits above the belly button, but that's not quite accurate. For wide leg pants specifically, the waistband needs to hit your natural waist, meaning the narrowest part of your entire torso, not sitting above it, and not sitting below it either. When it sits too low, it shortens your legs visually and adds extra bulk in exactly the spot where the pant is already at its widest. When it sits too high above your natural waistline, it can look boxy and almost costume-like, as though you're wearing the waistband itself instead of wearing a proper pair of trousers. But hit that exact natural waist spot and something happens automatically, almost like magic. Your legs read longer. Your torso reads shorter and far more balanced. And the volume of the pant leg suddenly looks like a deliberate choice instead of something that just happened to you by accident. This particular fix costs absolutely nothing, takes maybe 10 seconds standing in front of your mirror, and it does more visual work than any blazer or any loafer we've already talked about today. Most women skip this step simply because nobody ever told them it was even a variable worth checking. Now you know. Now it's yours to use. Number 7. One long necklace, and nothing else competing for the spotlight. Once your proportions are sitting correctly, your accessories should whisper instead of shout. A single long necklace pulls the eye vertically down your body, which elongates your entire frame and works beautifully alongside the long, clean lines that wide leg pants are already giving you for free. The rule that saves practically every outfit on this list is simple: pick one moment to shine. The necklace or the earrings or a bold lip color. Never all three fighting for attention at the exact same time. Your wide leg pants are already making a statement entirely on their own. Everything else you choose to put on your body just needs to quietly support that statement, not argue with it or try to steal the spotlight away from it. So here's exactly what I want you walking away with today. Wide leg pants were never actually the problem, not once, not ever. They never made you look bigger, and they certainly never made you look older than you are. What was missing this entire time was simply knowing where that waistband should sit, understanding what fabric actually moves the right way on a real body, and knowing which small handful of details quietly turn roomy into rich. You have every single piece of that now. Go back to that mirror one more time, and this time really look at yourself standing there. That is not a woman hiding inside her pants anymore. That is a woman who knows precisely exactly what she is doing. And since we're already on the subject of knowing exactly what you're doing, Next time I'm exposing the one jewelry mistake that's quietly aging almost every single outfit you currently own, even the ones you're convinced are already perfect. You're going to want to be here for that one.